Hello and welcome everybody. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. We are going to be playing Anthem, which many people have been playing or not playing, depending on how it's gone for you this weekend. For posterity, the VIP demo started on Friday. It is now Sunday. And people have had a whole bunch of different reactions to this. A whole bunch of different things have happened. It would probably help if I put headphones on, right? So you guys don't hear the echo. I don't know what happened to me. But essentially I wanted to have this little sit down with everybody and kind of talk about issues that have been affecting the game, as well as maybe some things that have gone well. We'll have a little bit of a discussion here. Hey everyone, welcome. I see Lucas and Readable and a bunch of other folks. Andrew, Alpaca Cheese, John, Jade. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm gonna have to restart the game. No fault of the game itself. I did not plug in my headphones, and I have noticed that change audio devices after the game is launched. For whatever reason, it just it sounds like 8-bit audio coming through my end. So let me just adjust that. What's up to the audio? The audio is just weird. Oh, interesting. So I guess it does it to the stream as well. I thought that was just in my own ears. But yeah, that will happen. Also, let me lower the audio in general. Also. Yeah, so I'm going to stream. I think what I'm going to end up doing on Anthem is just playing through the Stronghold mission, maybe just matchmake with some randoms and see how it goes that way. But really what I wanted to do was just kind of talk to everybody. I've been watching a lot of the reactions on Reddit and Twitter since this whole thing has started, and I've seen it run the gamut of people who are really, really upset for valid reasons, and then also those who are trying to be a lot more patient. And even some folks who are just having a really great time with the game, and they just haven't had almost any issues, which is, I know that's hard to believe for a lot of people who are watching. How is it that some people have just not had hardly any issues, but you just continue to hear about that. You just continue to hear about people who say, yeah, I haven't really had lag, I haven't had infinite loading screens, I haven't had a problem with my Javelins unlocking, I haven't had a problem with getting past the title screen past the first half hour on the first day. So I kind of wanted to see if we could mix all of those perspectives. So first thing, and I know more people will probably join in as we get going here, but we've got a few people in. I just want to talk to you guys, really, right? What has your experience been with Anthem so far? Were you signed up to play the demo? Did you have it pre-ordered, or did you have a friend code at all? And if you were one of those who was trying to play the demo, what happened? Were you able to get in at all on the first day? Did you have a lot of lag? Just tell me what kind of issues you all have had, or if you've had no issues, I want to know about that too.
Hey, we're doing well out there. Come check it out.
Also, while I'm looking through some of your responses here, I will show you some of my Javelins and kind of what builds I've got so far, and I can talk about that. This is going to be kind of more of a chill, relaxed stream, hopefully. Again, I will do that Stronghold, but we'll see how I do. I actually did beat the Stronghold for the first time yesterday. Oh, Readable, good question. What is the hand thing supposed to be? Think of it like an Omni tool. So actually, that's a good thing we can do. I'll show you the codex entry for it right now. It's essentially a device that allows for people to interface with technology in a way that's unique, I guess, to your biology or to your individual DNA. So that it essentially kind of outlines why people can't share Javelins necessarily. Like, your Javelin is yours. So I'll show you library that is. Okay, so they're called a signet. It's from what I understand. And so, a signet is a personalized item inserted into the crown of a machine to establish a mental link between technology and the human mind. Since most machines that require a mental link have been tuned for a specific user, operating a machine with a foreign signet can be difficult and unsatisfactory. So I thought that was a really interesting piece of lore, was that you have kind of an individual link with your technology, with your Javelin. Nico, is there any character creation in the demo? No. There will be in the game. It will be a limited or more simplistic character creation, but it will not be a full character creation and not available in the demo, unfortunately. Zur, where's Katie? Katie is taking the day off, as far as I know. I said that I would stream on Sundays, because normally I do stream solo on Sundays. I was thinking about doing some more Mass Effect Andromeda, but let's just be honest, that's not the story of the moment right now. The whole focus is on Anthem, and so I thought it would be better to focus on that. Angry Joe made a video about Anthem, and it might bring negative energy. I don't know. I think Angry Joe is actually, despite his name and maybe some of his earlier videos, I don't keep up with Angry Joe too closely, but I know he's made very reasonable videos before. His whole aesthetic is kind of, you know, his goddamn name is Angry Joe. I get it. I'm known.
Jack's been a busy one. Shaper relics are playing havoc with his
Hi, Zoe.
suit. I'll have to add more shielding.
Also gonna lower the in-game sound settings. Doesn't have to talk over it so much. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm known sometimes for doing rants on my Mass Effect Andromeda videos, but I think some people kind of know those are tongue-in-cheek. I think Angry Joe, I haven't watched Angry Joe's video. You know, I know in the past he's done really, really reasonable stuff. Gabby, I think the stream is dropping frames. That could be because I am having to connect online to Anthem as well as stream, but also the game is probably dropping frames. I think I have my FPS counter up, and so it's on 60 obviously on the Forge screen. But yeah, the FPS has been all over the place. I'll try and keep an eye on it. This is my current Javelin, if you guys want to take a look, that I've been using. This is an interceptor, obviously. This loadout is, I think this one is not a strict melee build. I've been experimenting with what I want to do with the interceptor, so I had one that was more specifically melee. This one has more of a range balance to it. I really quite like this color scheme. It's sort of red and gold with a little bit of sort of light gray and black. I've got the tactical fabric on there on the undersuit, along with some fine leather in a sort of light gray color. The metallic metal with a dark red, a couple different shades of red actually, and then the bare metal with a gold finish. Yeah. How long until someone makes a red and gold one and calls it Iron Man? It's already been done. I avoided making a red and gold Ranger specifically for that reason, because it's just a little too easy. I'll show you some of the Rangers that I've made. So my favorite one is still my main one, which I have really dorky names for my loadouts, like Jawbreaker and Lancer Justice. Just don't judge me, okay? But Lancer Justice is really my primary Ranger that I've been playing, and I tweeted out some screenshots of this. I really quite like this. I really quite like this color scheme with the white and blue and a little bit of black on the undersuit. Probably my favorite one that I've made so far. I am really partial to the marksman rifles for build. I also really quite like the blastback pistol. It's just really serviceable. There's nothing special about it. It's just a really serviceable pistol. Packs decent power for a pistol, and I feel like the rate of fire may even need to be lowered given how much damage it has. So yeah. So I'm seeing a mix of different things from everyone. Some people are saying that you started playing the demo early, you know, you weren't quite able to log in, but it's fine now. Some people I did say mentioned lag. one question I kind of have for everybody, and we'll see how it goes right now, because I don't know. It's been all over the place. I have had a little bit of lag some of the time, but most of the time when I have had lag, it's been crazy amounts of lag. I just end up rubber banding all over the place. So for those of you who have experienced lag, have you experienced a little bit of lag or a lot of lag? Also, Andrew, thank you for mentioning that. The flying is at times, I think it maybe needs a little bit of adjustment on the controls and as far as how you corner and turn. And sometimes the speed, it's like I want the speed of the flying to be faster, but at the same time, I feel like the controls and the accuracy of the maneuvering would be a detriment if you were going that much faster. So I'm kind of mixed on that. But I say thank you for mentioning that, because when flying works, holy shit, it works well. It really is fun to just kind of zoom around in the open world. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and take this Javelin out. Let's go ahead and take out my Ranger real quick. I will show you guys the Interceptor for sure. Or actually, you know what? Let's reverse that. Let's show the Interceptor first. Maybe some of you haven't gotten to see that. So let's take out this Interceptor. Let's select this Interceptor. Let's take this out in free roam. Let me just kind of show you guys some of my favorite spots to fly around on. And then I will, because I did the Stronghold with the Interceptor last night, I'll try out doing the Stronghold with the Ranger time for you guys. I love this, by the way. I love getting into the suits. Every time I jump in here, it's cool. Alpaca says, I've had a little bit of lag, but there was one time when it was really bad. See, I've noticed it mainly in the evenings when I think more people are playing. Austin, I get stuck in one spot and die constantly. That happened to me in the boss battle of the second mission. I actually never died, amazingly, but I came close so many times because I could not escape. I would pop into flight, it would rubber band me back out onto the ground, go into flight, rubber band back down to the ground. It was so infuriating in that moment. Chesty says, I'm gonna name my javelins Oof and Yeet when I get the game. Good on you, man. Ashara, okay, good to know that Jack got in. You said you saw Jack Doll play on Xbox and it was extremely laggy. Interesting. Let me pop into some free roam real quick, and I'm gonna show you what is right now my favorite spot to free roam in the game. Let me know how the FPS is. Again, the game itself is kind of jumping everywhere. I've included the FPS counter, which I normally don't do for streams, but just go ahead and keep an eye on the top right-hand corner of the screen for yourself, and you will see what I'm talking about when it comes to just the FPS being all over the place. Yeah, no, the triple dodge is really cool for the Interceptor, and it lends to the fact that it can be spec'd out as a melee. I think the game just restarted. So this is yet another technical issue. Here we go. Error retrieving Anthem live service data. I don't know what that means. I think that basically amounts to just oops. That happens randomly sometimes. Did my mic just cut out? I don't know. Can everyone still hear me? So yeah, let me know if you guys can still hear me. I'm still streaming. I don't know if maybe I don't know if anything weird happened with that. Okay, you can still hear me. Good stuff. Matthias, 15 minutes in and no gameplay yet. You know, I kind of thought that might happen. I mean, one, I was intentionally taking time to show everyone the javelins, but in my head I thought, you know, I wonder how long it's going to take for me to actually be able to play. Because this has been my experience with Anthem. A lot of frustration. I don't know what's going on with the banners. I have never seen that. I honestly... what What the fuck, man? Like, really? Like, I'm not even gonna... I know it doesn't matter, it's not a major bug or anything, but why? Why? What is causing that? I don't know. And you can see the frame rate is absolutely... It's not the stream, it's happening on my end as well. It's just...
I'm so sorry.
It's just super juddery right now. Okay, now again, I will also say, for the frame rate issues, again, I'm just trying to be as balanced as possible. I'm not trying to bash the game. I'm also not trying to be an apologist for the game. I'm just trying to be balanced. What are some reasons why the frame rate is not good? Well, it's a CPU-intensive game, and I have a CPU that is now 4 years old. I have a 4690K. That is a CPU that, you know, it's a couple of generations old now, and it's not that great for multi-threaded games. Frostbite is an engine that uses multi-threading. I don't have a CPU that's really great for that. Now, I will say, when I'm not streaming, because OBS is also using cycles, I get somewhere between 45 to 60, with some drops into the 30s. That's still not that great, because on Andromeda, which is also Frostbite and uses multi-threading, I really don't drop into the 30s very much, and I have it on ultra everything. I'm playing at 1440p. So I'm just trying to think out loud about reasons why the performance is not great. Zarek, so Anthem is offline, is not offline single player. Right, you have to be connected online even if you're playing by yourself. I'm just trying to think out loud about reasons why the performance is not great. I have OBS running. That's going to take up some CPU cycles, which means performance locally is not going to be good. And again, my CPU isn't the greatest. However, I have heard of people who have high-end models of the newest Ryzen, and they also say that they cannot maintain 60 frames per second. So, which is it? Is it just the fact that I have an older CPU, or is it the fact that the game is really just not optimized well? You know, we have to consider all the different angles. Alright, so now we're into the game. This is my favorite platform to launch off of. This is the one that has basically been shown since the first gameplay reveal at E3, when you see them jump off and then fly down right there. That's what we all saw during the initial gameplay reveal. So this is one of the things that has also come up about flight, which is that the flying is sometimes not as impressive as some people expected because of the cooldown times. What I would recommend is if you learn how to use all of the different environmental cooldowns, flying can be really, really cool. Also, by the way, the animations in and out of flying are really cool. The flares are really cool. And this is my favorite spot on the map so far, is all of these waterfalls. I just love it because you can basically fly infinitely here. Right? You can basically just use all of the environmental stuff. And if you come up this waterfall and then just skim the water, you can take it across a variety of different areas on the map.
Sentinel patrol requesting aid. All answers converge on my position.
Alright, so we got a world event here, so let's go ahead and do a world event so we can see that. Oh, we're rescuing Sentinels. I haven't had this one yet. Okay. What do I do to rescue? Oh. First we're gonna kill this. Oh, that was cool. Alright. I think that was a new ability that I unlocked. God, the frame rate is really rough. Yeah, that's a really cool ability. It kind of sends out... Yeah, so the flying thing is really, I noticed that a lot, and it's really fun. I can go way further than this. I kind of stopped to... Am I just cutting this guy out of this? I kind of stopped to do this world event. Oh, nice, and then the Sentinels start fighting with me. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Get these guys out of here.
Thanks, freelancer.
This is good. I hadn't actually seen this. Hadn't seen this world event yet. See, my whole thing is like, can we just get? Could we get more world events where we get NPCs fighting with us? Because that's kind of nice. It is a solo game, but again, we're seeing one instance here where we're actually getting to fight alongside NPCs, which I kind of like.
Many thanks.
Whoa.
Scorpions inbound, a lot of them.
Looks like we're not done yet.
I'm ready.
Yeah, it is quite a choppy experience. I don't know if that's also on the stream or what it is. Oh lord, there's a bunch of enemies now. Okay. Yeah, I'm really loving that ability where it sends out like a ghost version of the character. The cryoglaive as well is also nice, freezing people. Thanks, Readable. Thanks for stopping by. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to try and see if maybe locking the frame rate will help. But also, I think it's not even just frame rate. I think it's a bit of lag on account of the fact that I'm also streaming, so.
Sentinel, still standing?
I'm here as long as you are.
Close one. Thanks, freelancer.
Alright, so let's use this ultimate real quick and absolutely tear through all of these things. Okay.
You got them on the run. Fine work, my friend.
That should do it. You saved lives here today. We won't forget.
Alright, so that one is completed. Shara, thanks for stopping by. And there we are with loot. So, let's see, it says we've got a rare item. Got a couple of rare items, alright. I was really beginning to wonder, because I felt like a lot of the time, loot from world events just ended up being embers, which is great because you need embers to craft things, but I also kind of wondered, like, why am I not getting more actual items dropped? Also, let me make a couple of adjustments here. Let me exit free play, and we might see another bug on free play, which is that it's not counting XP properly. So far, what I've seen is that the only XP that it's rightly counting is the XP that you get from me. At least that is what I've seen so far. I think it's just really important to note that there are aspects of the game that, when they are playable and when they are running smoothly, are quite fun. The combat is fun and engaging. The combos work well. The ultimates are cool. I think that the flying, again, as I just discussed, sometimes it's not as, you don't feel as powerful as you would like because of some of the cooldowns. Number one, I think that a lot of that will be adjusted and compensated for by gear and progression. You'll have higher, higher cooldown thresholds. There you can see right now it says level 0, even though I'm level 14 when I'm in Tarsus. I don't know what causes that exactly. It just doesn't seem to be counting. It's also not showing my Javelin. It's going to say item unlocked because it thinks that I just made it to level 12, even though I've already done that 2 levels ago. Oh, interesting. Okay, so more machine pistol and... Oh, fun. Okay, and so this is the debuff special ability, which is actually quite useful. When you use Target Beacon in combination with the Interceptor's ultimate, you can do a ton of damage. The boss at the end of the Stronghold, I must have taken down maybe a quarter of its health just with my ultimate. Really satisfying. Alright, so let's head back to Tarsus real quick. Yeah, so the FPS issue, like I said, it's twofold, right? There is partly my system, which is, like I said, I've been between 40s and 60s on FPS, and it's doing a little bit worse now because I have OBS open. And then there's the issue of the lag of the actual game itself. The game is lagging as well. My internet is not the issue with that. It's just the fact that it's game has been a bit lag. Is there really not a 1440p at 30 option? Oh, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Just exit that. That's fine. Let's see what I can. Console commands have not worked thus far. Let's try this. I know I can do it. I can either limit it through. I'm gonna try and cap it to 30 frames per second, so the local jumps don't happen as much, and then we'll see if I can. What else I can do? Maybe even lower the quality of the stream so that it actually streams smoother, because I won't be trying to. I don't know. Output as much. I'm not going to put up the technical difficulties Kanye West one because technical. You know what? On second thought, I will put up technical difficulty for the heck of it for a second here. Some NVIDIA settings and that should work there. Yeah, so you guys are saying that the stream is being a bit laggy, and that could be the case. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly that is. Because now I've got the game closed. And I don't think it's on my end, but it could be. So Let me check on some processes and see if there's anything else, maybe background. Really? Yeah, it should be fine. We'll see how this got it on low latency. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll see how it's going. Let me know how it's going. If it's still continuing to lag, etc. I'm gonna try and hop back into the game, and we'll see how we do. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my feeling right now on Tarsus as well. It's like I like what's there to an extent. I just kind of wish it was more. Which it does seem like you're going to have more people to talk to in the full game. It's just a matter of how alive is that space going to feel? Because for the most part, that's where a lot of feeling's going to take place. That audio glitch just happens every time. I literally have no idea what that is. Wow, okay. Also limiting the FPS in NVIDIA settings did nothing, probably because the NVIDIA profiles are not set appropriately. So I'm just gonna see if I lower settings way down, if that helps with FPS. And it Andrew, thoughts on the music? I like it. I really love the main theme. I think it's actually excellent.
Hey, stop by, right?
Yeah, for the life of me, I can't figure out the FPS issue, but it's absolutely terrible. And I don't know if that's also showing that way on the stream, but it's just nonsense. Hmm. And with this thing, when I lowered the settings, I think it actually got worse. And the reason for that is because it is a CPU bottleneck. So it's basically just the GPU is having less work to do, and so the CPU basically just gets piled on way worse. I have VSync enabled, and I would think that if it was struggling so much, it would just sync it down to 30. It's just not doing that. Question for you all. I mean, what is the current stand? I mean, are you still buying Anthem? Has anyone decided I'm going to cancel my pre-order? Has anyone decided, you know what, this has made the difference for me, so I want to buy the game now? I mean, what are the thoughts there? All right, if we set this to half refresh rate, that should work. All right, so I got a couple people saying you weren't planning on buying it anyway. Some people are saying this has actually made the difference for you. Anna, I can feel you on that one. You're saying maybe it's just needs more time, which I can totally see that. It could be downgraded to a punching simulator, and I would still buy it. Well, I'm here no matter what, because I knew I was going to be covering the game. So I will say, having looked at everything, had I been trying out this demo and I didn't have a channel that covers BioWare games, I don't know. Maybe I would feel differently about it. Maybe I really wouldn't be so quick to buy it at launch, because hey, you don't really lose too much by waiting just for some of the bugs to get. Alpaca, no, I agree on the issue of transparency. I think that's a great point. I think that they are trying to communicate and let people know what's going on. The other side of that, though, and this is not to sound overly harsh, but it's just like, look, you can communicate that you're working on stuff all you want. At some point, you have to say, this is fixed and this is resolved and it's not going to come up again. And, they've said a couple of things like that, with certain issues. Like, they said some point at midday yesterday, everyone should be able to access their second Javelin unlock. Well, after they tweeted that, I still was absolutely not able to access my second Javelin unlock, which is fine. I worked it out eventually by looking on the Reddit and figuring out, what workarounds had to be applied. But it wasn't fixed, and they said it was fixed. So, I don't know. I appreciate the fact that they're all working hard on it, but that's not the same thing as having the issues done. We have to try and, again, be balanced. I don't want to bash, but I also don't want to make a bunch of apologies for them. I'm just going to run through this as it is. I'm going to go ahead and... Actually, I'm going to switch Javelins here. Go to my Ranger. And I'm just going to try and run through the... Stronghold quick. See here for weapons. Should have my level 6 rare scout. Good. We've got blastback. Good. Arc beam. Okay. Grenade. Okay, seeker grenade. Do I want seeker grenade? No, we're gonna use this cross grenade. Although the sticky grenade is really, really quite powerful. You know what? It's got a really good charge time as well. I haven't tried the Inferno grenade, I have to say. Got a fire status. Well, I'm torn. The only other one that's got a faster... No, I think the sticky grenade has the fastest recharge time and the highest overall damage. The thing is you have to get a direct hit, but I've never really had a problem with that. That one, and I'm quite liking the spark beam. Alright, so those. Oh, nice. Okay, also I've got my second component spot unlocked. I should... Okay, here we go. Let's... Yeah, on the issue of people who want it to fail, you know, I'm not going to name names, but there's a couple of subreddits out there related to BioWare games that kind of seem to be rooting for this game. Which really doesn't help anyone, right? It's not going to be good for BioWare, it's not going to be good for BioWare's future, and it's not going to be good for any other BioWare franchises that start back up. Thank you to everyone for joining. If you're maybe just joining us, we're playing Anthem. We're jumping in right now to the Stronghold mission, which I'm going to be playing just with whoever matchmaking sets me up with. And this is sort of a generalist ranger build using a marksman rifle, really kind of focused on cooldown times and my ultimate. And yeah, so we'll see. We will see how this goes. Oh, that's a cool looking Colossus. What is this with the light green? I'm feeling that.
Catching in our contact from Corvus.
Freelancer, I see you're not one for briefings. I like to learn on the go. Can't fault you there. Name's Sev. Corvus has assigned me to counter Scar activity around Fort Tarsus.
Since when does Corvus care about scars?
Since they started making acidic weapons to attack supply caravans. That's a good reason. We think this is where they're making the acid. Any idea how? I want you to find that out. Put a stop to it.
Freelancer, I'm detecting one, no, two Shaper relics nearby. Might be part of how the scars are making these weapons.
Worth checking.
This opening section is really healthy as far as how challenging it is. Although this spark beam, I love that. That goddamn spark beam is killer.
Silence the relic.
My teammates are kind of rushing ahead here, and I appreciate their fervor. Yeah, that sticky grenade is awesome. Spark beam is really great. Whoa! Holy moly, I got hit by a lot of stuff. Health is low. It'd be great if there was some health around there. Ooh, that turret is not fun. Okay. Yeah, this opening section is quite difficult. There's some health. Okay, good. There's another one. I can make it without losing all my shields. Okay, that was a net. That didn't help. Yeah, and I don't think it's just me. I think it's just lagging pretty much consistently. Damn. Alright, picked up some health. I think we're okay. I don't know where our Colossus is, though. Yeah, that you just can't stand out there in the middle of that section. That turret is just too gnarly. Oh, ow. These have spawned. Yeah, we gotta take out this turret. This is just getting ridiculous. I think that might be the first time I've actually missed with a sticky grenade. I gotta say, this team is doing pretty well. No one's had to be revived yet so far. There you go, there's that turret. Okay. Is that it for this area? I think we got it. Alright, I think I have an echo here that I need. I'm in a bad spot here. I need to cover. Yeah, I'm really liking that Spark Beam. That's probably my favorite Ranger ability right now.
Energy levels are dropping. You're halfway there.
Another turret? And also, the shield recharge times could really be a bit better. Granted, again, oh, it's fantastic. That's all stuff that adjusted, etc., but still. I don't know where this last echo is, to be honest. I don't know if any of us do. Yeah, you know, I would say as far as how Anthem is going to do when it finally comes out, I don't think that the demo has helped. I think for the most part, it maybe hasn't hurt. That's maybe the best you can say for it. Although, I mean, look, some of you are out here saying, you know, that this has made the difference for you. This has made you want to get the game. So I guess
Silenced. Good work.
for some people it has.
Like the scars were bringing eggs to the relic.
I don't know in a broad sense if this has generated the type of reaction they would hope for.
The theories to the test.
Yeah, no, look, I agree that maybe it should have just been more Mass Effect. Even if you pivoted to maybe do a Mass Effect spin-off series that has more of an online focus, etc., which I know people probably wouldn't have been a huge fan of anyway. A new IP, you know, you need new IPs. You don't want to keep going back to the same well.
This one's a lot more crowded.
I understand that's a valid point though, right? Like, why? What did you need from Anthem that you couldn't get from Dragon Age Mass Effect? Maybe it is that inherently co-op experience, you know, building a world and systems that are built from the ground up around that, rather than trying to put co-op onto those other franchises. Maybe that's it, but that still has to work really well once you go for that. Okay. Yeah, I've had it with that turret, and I really should be popping my ultimate more, because that's kind of the whole point of the build, is low recharge times to help build up the ultimate faster. Oh boy, not good. See, this Storm has the right idea. You've got to be very careful about how you approach this particular part of it. Because there's just so many turrets lined up around here that it's very difficult not to take a ton of damage fast. I think I can reach. Oh no, I can't. Okay, we haven't taken out either one of those turrets yet. Not really gonna work out. There's one turret. Yep, I got myself into a bad spot there. Chesty saying, I like that they tried something new. I would have preferred a single-player experience. Though servers can't shut down in a single-player game, I completely agree. And I think that there are valuable aspects of Anthem as an exploration game, as a role-playing game, and I think those maybe could have been, those specific aspects could have been more enjoyable as a single-player experience. Also, and many people have commented this on Reddit and Twitter, etc. I would love to be able to spectate while I'm downed instead of just looking at my Javelin being downed. Honestly, I have no idea if my team even remembers them. Oh no, they're still trying to fight this other turret. Here we go. Thank you, Stormfellow. Now I've got to wait forever for this field to recharge. I will say, Spark Beam, I really love it. Like, that is a really powerful ability. I love how that guy just shot me through a mountain. Because he was above me. It's basically the same angle. There's no way he could have line of sight. He just shot me through the rock. Genius. Oh, that is so annoying. Alright, we got echoes to deliver, right? Like, on the one hand, I do get it, you know? It's, echoes, Anthem of Creation, we're a relic, there's power. I don't know, it just feels like conceptually this lore should be cooler than what it is. Like, on paper it's really cool, but I just don't know if it's a matter of time, execution,
More stars, freelancer.
you know, giving us the space to explore it more. I don't know, maybe it's just not the focus in the game. Maybe I'm looking for something within, from a world building sense that was there in Mass Effect and Dragon Age that just isn't appropriate here. I don't know. Oh, Jesus. It'd really be great if the delay for melee, for a second melee, wasn't so strong. Like, you do a charge and you melee, and then it's like a whole second of delay before you can do the other melee. Also, I know this is really choppy on my end. I assume the stream is also not great. I mean, how do you guys feel about stream quality right now? I don't know if there's anything I can do about it, but just checking in. How is stream quality? And Spark Beam, so satisfying. Also, I will say, I do love headshots on the Scar. The way that it, like, pops their helmet off, that is a lot of fun. Also, I'm very eager to try out the Storm. Every time I see someone with the Storm pop their ultimate, I'm just jealous because that's just such a cool looking ultimate. And I will say, this Ranger build is quite powerful. With the Sticky Grenade and the Spark Beam, I have basically no complaints. Except for survivability. That's it. This is a little bit, I'm not going to say glass cannon, it's just offensive focus. Jeez, and they can just pelt me from far. Alright, I need more health pickups. Oh, come on, come on! God, there's just no health anywhere. Wow, really? The whole shield just down in one hit. This is really going to be a challenge. I need to find some small enemies. And because it's lagging out of its mind, I can't even fly straight. Fantastic. And now I just walked into a minefield. Even more fantastic. someone please drop a health pack? Thank you. What the heck? Oh god, now I'm toast. Health pack, come on, health pack. It really only seems to be the smaller enemies. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Alright, looks like I'm gonna get a revive, maybe? Nope. And now the storm is down as well. So we are now in trouble. We're now 2 down that I can see. I think our Interceptor pal is fighting the good fight over there. I don't know what happened to our Colossus, to be honest. I don't know if the Colossus dropped off or what happened. Squad defeated! Fantastic. Dreamscape, yeah, you know, for a while there, Anthem was the most streamed game, period, everywhere across the board when it first came out. And I don't know, how fun is this game to watch, really? I guess time will tell what people think about it, but it does really seem like it's a game that's really oriented towards group play, not necessarily towards single player. And I don't know, for my money, I don't know if it's necessarily geared towards commentary, unless there's a bunch of hardcore people that like talking about builds on stream. You know, what works, what doesn't, strategy, that sort of thing. But for story, you know, it's going to be a long time before cutscenes, that sort of thing. I need health. And they just don't drop them nearly as much as I need them. Please get the health, thank you. Great, no health pack there. Okay, that's fine. That's right. Fucking turrets, man. There we go. Also, this team isn't the greatest, and I'm not trying to knock the team, we're just not playing super coordinated. I think I did honestly better with the Interceptor only because I was a lot more cautious with the Interceptor. It's a bit too far to use the Spark Beam. I do have my ultimate if I can find one of the turrets. God damn, that's annoying. The lag just like totally messed with the aim of my Spark Beam. Alright, this turret's gotta go. Alright, I feel like we are actually doing better this go around because we've got turrets down a lot faster. Oh, that's interesting. That scout, that enemy scout, literally just ran away after I dropped its shield. I can buy that. That's actually kind of cool. Might as well deliver this echo while I'm close. Alright, I think this ought to do it pretty soon. We're almost done. We're almost done with this part anyway. Ah, great. Second round, alright. Oh, Jesus, come on. Wow, they just spawn from every angle? That's great. Yeah, so that's another thing, right? Like, lag-wise. I've never had lag streaming Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. Not like this. Definitely not like this. Not doing Inquisition multiplayer. I mean, it just hasn't happened, so... You know, this is not related to my internet or anything like that, and it is kind of unique to Anthem. Which is a real shame. There's obviously a ton of potential here. Look how I had the fire status is still persisting while I'm standing in water. Again, fire status persisting while I'm in water. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know if this is just on me. I don't remember it being this difficult when I was playing with the Interceptor. I may have been playing more cautiously with the Interceptor. That might have been it. But I've spent more time with the Ranger. I'm probably better with the Ranger than I am with the Interceptor. And I honestly feel like it's just there was not nearly as much lag when I was playing this. Now, granted, the strongholds are supposed to be difficult. I mean, that is kind of the whole point. Which is fine. It's just, you know, when the game is just lagging out and every single shot is, like, you know, aimed less precisely. Every single ability is a little bit weirder because of the lag. It is kind of frustrating. Yeah, and really, it really should, Chiefs gave me, I blame it on the game. No, I know. It really should give you the option to spectate. Oh, there we go, I got a revive. This teammate is all the way over here and still backed up. Like, what the heck? Arc Beam does some damage, though, when it gets some unshielded.
Big one? What was that?
It came from below.
Of course it did. Hate to say it, but that thing is probably what's producing the eggs. If we don't get rid of the source, the scars will come
There we
back.
go.
and keep
We finally got
making
through that,
weapons.
and now we
Find your
got
way
some loot.
underground.
Already done. There. That door should lead underground.
Why is there a door to a cave?
To keep something out?
Or a...
Did you just yell?
Oh, the big bad Corvus agent's not a fan of scorpions. What? Not rabbits. Their likability isn't up for debate.
Yeah, somehow I just feel like the combat works better in somewhat slightly more enclosed spaces. I get the feel that they're going for, where it's just a wide open space, it's not as linear, but I think there's a way to balance that out also.
Only way forward is through an underwater passage ahead.
Like, what's sorry, you don't want to get left behind in this place.
Alright, let's go for a swim.
Wow. It's almost peaceful down here.
Scorpions can't swim, right?
Don't worry, Seb. I won't let them get you.
I do enjoy sticking flares on things, I will admit.
That's a lot of eggs.
You know what they say? You've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelette.
I don't want that omelette. What is that?
Another relic. Careful, freelancer. It's unstable.
I hate it when they do that.
What do we do now?
Gather the fragments and silence the relic.
Heads up, scars incoming.
How'd they get down here?
Bastards love to borrow.
I found this mission also worked pretty well. At least the first time I played it, I was the interceptor and pretty much running to get all of the different fragments while everyone else dealt with the enemies. But I don't know, this group in general just seems a little bit more scattered
More
than
scars, I know. Just make it extra powerful.
the one. Really, Melee? He's right there. He's right in front of me. Okay, great.
Almost done. Only a few fragments left.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Hey, door's still closed and there's notes everywhere.
Give it a minute. It should work itself out.
Should.
Energy readings are stabilizing, albeit slowly. Just stay in the center. Any interference will cause the energy to spike again.
Yeah, this is just, it gets super hectic, which is not unlike Destiny. It's the same way during raids in Destiny, but once again sort of speaks to the need to have really consistent performance and connection. Now, I will say another thing to mention on this is that the demo is a build of the game that is about 6 weeks old. They have come out and said that this is not even the one that they're currently working on, much less the one that we're going to see, you know, after you've got the day one patch. Now, the game has gone gold, so whatever, and that happened, I think, maybe a few days ago, a week ago, which just means that the game code has been finalized. And for physical copies, they are now getting ready to produce the discs, which is great, but now that means that they start working on fixes inside of the day one patch. But so what we're seeing now is, you know, what they had to get ready to have this demo out, but hopefully the build that we see at launch and the one that they've been working on will have a lot more polish. But there's no guarantee of that. I mean, this might be indicative of what the final game is going to be like. At this point, we just don't know. Wow, what a weird physics thing. Okay. This relic signal just takes forever.
I don't think our friend like that.
Too bad. I'm just getting started.
Here we go, rare gear. Love it. I will say I think this boss fight was well designed. I thought that the you know, having to balance the smaller enemies versus the larger ones, and then the ability of that big giant thing is pretty fun. I don't think our team died at all in the first time I played this last night. I think we went through it pretty well. Oh, gee. I don't understand what the trash mobs on this lead up are for, really. Like, couldn't they have just let us go to the final boss after what we just went through? Like, these smaller groups of enemies just making you kind of ridiculous.
It's pretty dark in here.
throw down a flare. It'll help.
You need freelancers of tools for everything.
Back into the deep.
Oh, that's just wrong.
The mission area, as though I'm not going that way anyway. Good lord. So it has this thing where if it just decides you've gotten too far away from your team, which can happen if they get ahead of you, it just transports you up ahead. Which, by the way, they specifically said would not happen. I remember either Casey Hudson or someone at E3 saying, will you be tethered together when you're in the world? And it's like, no, 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 it won't be anything like that. And yet, if they get more than, you know, however much space in front of me, I have to get teleported back to them. Really annoying.
Be unprofessional to cut the link, right?
Highly.
Damn it.
Next time, I expect big-ass bugs to be in the mission briefing.
You'd have to show up for that to help.
Alright, come on, you big giant termite. What the fuck? Really? I'm gonna get one-shotted. Oh, that is so ridiculous. That happened a couple of times with the Interceptor, and I really put it up to... hey, the Interceptor is... it's advertised as a glass cannon class, right? It's not something... And there goes down the Interceptor over there. Maybe I get revived here, maybe I don't, but what the holy fuck? Come on, man. Come on. Alright, I revived him, but no, really, so that revive didn't go through. Now we're both dead. Yeah. So the idea of the stream was how I was going to really... It wasn't that I wanted to defend Anthem, I just thought it was worth mentioning some of the strong points that the game has. Versus, you know, plenty of the struggles that it's had. Look, again, the number one thing I can say is that many people have had no issues. They've had no issues really signing in, they've had no issues with lag, they've had no issues with unlocking second javelins. The fact that I'm losing right now, that's not something, that's something to knock the game on. I'm just getting my ass kicked, but there are some little balance issue things. Like, I think it'd be nice if you had one self-revive throughout Stronghold, just one. It would be nice if, well, this is related to the lag. When you're getting mobbed, it would just be nice if the game wasn't lagging so badly. Alright, let's at least pop an ultimate so I can do some kind of damage here. Which basically didn't do any. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it feels like the lag just dropped at least somewhat just now, which is good. I do like how much this thing moves around. It's a very large boss, but doesn't just sit there and let you hit it. Oh, am I entirely out of bullets on my right? Ow. Oh, there's some ammo. Oh, great, this thing is back. Alright, well, we've almost got it down to half health, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Oh, there we go. That combo was very effective. Damn, we are absolutely massacring these things. Alright, well now we're starting to be a bit more coordinated. Where is this? Oh, here it comes. Great. Alright, attacking it from the front is not a good idea. Oh, great. Yeah, that front carapace or whatever it's got on its face makes it really hard to damage. But, you can come in from behind much better. Got it. Nice. Alright. Alright, we're getting somewhere. And again, like, I'm getting 50s and 60s on FPS now, which is much, much better. I don't know why this one was just running away from everyone, trying to sneak out. Alright, is it back? Where, oh, there you are. On you son of a bitch, let's go. Oh, I got you now. I got you now. Oh yeah, how you like that?
Even the way it dies is unnerving.
Oh, did we get it? Wow, okay.
Please don't take me to forget that thing. I'm gonna go with 8.
One for each of the tyrant's legs.
Stragglers left.
Oh, no more scorpion talk, please.
And we're done. Andrew, my condolences to your toast. It would seem that your toast is one of many things that has gone wrong this weekend on account of Anthem. Yeah, what are my specs? GTX 1080 Ti, a 4690K that's overclocked to 4.5 gigahertz. Anthem is running off of a Samsung solid-state drive. And generally speaking, I play games at 1440 and really have no problem maintaining 60 frames per second on most things. Occasionally I'll run into a CPU bottleneck. Most of my overclocking has managed to deal with that. And I will say that my performance in Anthem is worse than my performance in, say, Battlefront 2 or Battlefield 1 or Mass Effect Andromeda or other Frostbite multiplayer or just Frostbite in general action games. So in Tarsus, at times it's 60 and it's good. At other times I'm just not sure. And then other times altogether, my FPS is good, but the connection is lagging, so it still looks choppy. Nanette, facial expressions, good. Yeah, facial animations are good. They're not great. They look a little stilted, I guess, but they're not terrible. Firewall mortar, okay, cool. And even better shield reinforcement, good, because that's really necessary. And ice blast, okay. Several chunks of ice, and it does ice status for 15 seconds and a pretty nice recharge time. Okay, I can get that. All right, cool. So I'm happy with that gear. That's nice. Yeah. So again, this just the whole idea of this was just being realistic about some of the challenges that the game has had. People not being able to log in, people logging in, but you know, for whatever reason, not having great performance. Not unlocking javelins, etc., etc. There have been a number of things that did not work out as well as it should have. And on the bright side, when you get the hang of flying, flying is really fun. The overall action is really good. The abilities are cool. The game feels differently depending on which javelin you're using versus what specific build of a javelin that you have going on. The world and the lore seems cool. I'm excited and eager to see more of it. I think it might need to be fleshed out in some different places. Just the plot, from what we've seen, seems okay as far as how they're setting it up. Doesn't seem like it has too many surprises, but then you never know. And the facial animations aren't terrible. I think there's a lot to look forward to with Anthem, but from a technical standpoint, it needs to be optimized better. The performance needs to be better, and the network stuff has to be worked out, and it can't be worked out 3 months after launch. They have to be more ready.
Lucky Jack's been a busy one.
They've got to be way more ready, but I have no idea what just happened. Somebody just kind of phased in and out there. I have no idea what's going on with these banners. I have no idea. I wanted to see if there was a conversation that could trigger so we could watch that. I don't think we can talk to the bar down here, I think. I'm also surprised with how much more spacious Tarsus is than I expected. I sort of thought Tarsus was going to be that one little corridor where all the merchants are leading up to your actual Javelin and the Forge, and that would be it. But thankfully, it's a bit more extensive than that. Like, we've got this bar area down here. Let's talk to them all here. Who's our bartender?
Hey, I was hoping you'd drop in.
Here I am.
Remember I told you about Karila and that package, and you said I should help her out and hold it for her?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got the package, and a little later, this guy shows up and pulls a knife on me. Tells me to sit down and starts tearing my place apart looking for the package. I'm scared, so I sit there until he rips the bedspread my mom made for me. My blood starts boiling, so I rush him. He tries to stab me, but I just drop my shoulder and drill him. We both go down hard. I jump up to get the hell out of there, and that's when I realize he's not moving. He's not breathing, and his head is at a real weird angle. So now I got a dead guy and a package in my apartment, and I don't know what to do.
The way he says, I don't know what to do, is so genuine. It's so funny. Contact the authorities. You look guilty, covered up. I just feel like the theme of this is no matter what advice we give him, everything's going to go wrong. We'll do contact the authorities.
Go directly to the Sentinels and tell them what happened.
Yeah, this guy's my favorite character in the game so
good
far.
Thinking. I owe you big
Oh,
time.
that wink. Hold on a second. He just winked at us. That is, look, if we're going to talk about facial animations, it's not great, but that wink was slick, okay? That was just slick. It just was. All right, I wanted to show you all a little bit of the facial animations. I didn't have much time to stream, so I've got to go ahead and cut it here. Thank you so much all for joining, though. Again, I don't know how much I was able to say everything that I wanted. We still have the episode of the podcast where Katie and I are going to go over our thoughts in more thorough, sort of measured, paced out ways, but we'll go into more detail with that episode. Hopefully that's out tomorrow. But yeah, just overall, if you're feeling frustrated with Anthem, I get it. BioWare should have done better. They shouldn't have had these issues at launch. It should not be condoned or apologized for at all. All I'm saying is, if you're super frustrated, even if you feel like this is something that you're entitled to because of your pre-order, because of the fact that you're paying to get the game, just remember, it is a bonus, it is an added extra, and ultimately, again, it's not condoning. It's not condoning the fact that they didn't do better. I would just say, a little bit of patience does well for you. You can always go play something else. If you feel so inspired to cancel your pre-order, hey, you know what? You can always cancel pre-orders. You're not locked into anything. But with that said, keep an eye out on Anthem. I hope that it's ready at launch. If not, I hope that it's ready very quickly after lessons that they learned following launch. And also keep in mind that if you're on Twitter or on Reddit, don't get too caught up in all of the hate hype. If you're just constantly reading that stuff, it's going to start to skew your perception of what the game is. Honestly, I think if you look at the game holistically, it's fun to play when it's not lagging and when you can log in. They've got to fix the technical issues, and I think they've got a real solid game on their hands. Yeah, so thank you everybody for joining. Again, we will be streaming during the week somewhat, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, we'll see you all back here Saturday. Myself and Katie will be streaming together, playing some Anthem. Thanks, everyone. I hope you have a good rest of your Sunday, and I hope you have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.